Hello friends, as part of the crash course to the current affairs for prelims 2020, we have been discussing several current affairs issues and the potential areas of potential questions that may be asked from those areas. In the last videos, we did talk about certain anniversaries. Now, we shall go into certain general issues. First issue is the task force of Department of Economic Affairs have released the National Infrastructure Pipeline. National Infrastructure Pipeline. Now, before we discuss about this, let me again write for your reference and remembrance. Any issue what you come across, first of all focus on the facts and concepts. Right? Predominantly prelims examination is about facts and concepts. So, first identify the facts and the concepts involved in any issue. This is the foremost. And third is, in case of any personality involved, any person who is involved, focus on that. Then fourth is, any place is involved, focus on the place. And fifth is, major events. There was any event associated in that, then you focus on that. See, these are the 5 predominant thumb rules, and anything will be associated with this only. Anything will be associated with this only, or if I can say, instead of events, probably I can say you can replace events with institutions, right. These are all the factual aspects. So, the facts involved. Now, coming to the National Infrastructure Pipeline. Here again the fact is about infrastructure development. So, in the economy, you will be studying about the infrastructure sector. What are all the things that fall under infrastructure sector? Focus on that. This is a fundamental fact. At times, it appears to be a very simple question. At times, in the simple questions only, we fail. Many a time, the simple questions will be failed. So, just first and foremost, you focus on what do you mean by infrastructure and what are the different aspects that are involved in the infrastructure sector, right? And there are different types of infrastructure. You know, I do not have to tell you. Social infrastructure is there, and economic industrial infrastructure is there, agricultural infrastructure is there. Focus on those areas. First, understand the concept of infrastructure and the different dimensions of the infrastructure. Secondly, who actually brought out this National Infrastructure Pipeline? This is based on the report of the task force. This is based on the report of the task force that was appointed by the Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance. Right, Ministry of Finance, Department of Economic Affairs. The committee was headed by Secretary, Department of Economic Affairs, and it was a 5-member committee. The chairman was Secretary, Department of Economic Affairs and Ministry of Finance. The terms of reference, this is again an important aspect, the terms of reference of the committee. What was the committee asked to do? Right? What was the committee? Why was the committee formed? The committee was formed to identify the technical feasibility and financial and economic viable infrastructure projects that can be initiated between 2020 to 25, and to estimate the annual infrastructure investments, especially the capital cost. Then to guide the ministries in identifying appropriate sources of financing and to suggest measures to monitor the project so that the cost and time overrun can be minimized. So, these are all the 4 terms of reference. Remember, the terms of references can themselves be asked in the prelims or they can be asked in the mains also. This is one important topic that is potential for the mains also, because the analytical aspect of most important thing, focus on the benefits and the challenges. Remember, what are the benefits of infrastructure to the economy? If the infrastructure is better, what are the benefits to economy? Right? Benefits to economy in case we have a good or better infrastructure. This is one important aspect. point number 1. Point number 2, from the benefits you can understand the importance of infrastructure, right? How and why the infrastructure is important for economy. From the benefits we can understand this. So, focus on that. This can be asked in the prelims also. The benefits can be asked in the prelims also, and it is more potential for the mains. And challenges, what are the challenges in achieving the national infrastructure pipeline will be the challenges in promoting the infrastructure in India. So, that is another important focal area, focus on that. These two are not only important for your prelims, but also for your mains. And another important thing is for the prelims, most important, the main focus of the national infrastructure pipeline. Which are all the segments that are going to be focused on? So, the major will go for the major part of the investments. The major part is going for roads. 19% of the total investment goes for roads, and second in line is railways, which takes away 13% of the total investments. Then comes the urban and rural infrastructures, then urban infrastructure and then rural infrastructure. While urban infrastructure is getting 16%, rural infrastructure is getting 8%, right? Rural infrastructure will get 8%. Then comes the irrigation facilities, for which again 8% of the total investment is calculated for. And then the social infrastructure, including health and education, will get 3%, digital communication will get 3%, industrial expenditure will be 3%, and agriculture and food processing will get 1% as a planned capital expenditure. So, national infrastructure pipeline is planning for a capital expenditure of the 100%. This is a distribution for various sectors. As I told you, here itself came the infrastructure. What are the different dimensions and aspects of infrastructure? Focus on what are all these things. I hope you understand what I am telling you. Fine. Let us go into the next aspect of the current affairs, potential area of questioning. Next important thing is a personality. A personality called Ibrahim Al-Ghazi. Ibrahim Al-Ghazi. Ibrahim Al-Ghazi is one of the very, very important theatre personality in India, and he passed away. Right? He is an important theatre personality who has been awarded with Padma Vibhushan awards, and he passed away this year. And he was trained in the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts in London, and then he directed several plays, and there are several of his students are very popular artists in the Indian cinema and theatre, like Om Shivpuri or Anupam Kher or M.K. Raina, right? Nazaruddin Shah, these are all Om Puri. These are all some of the most important students of Ibrahim Al-Ghazi. So, that much is enough. Who is Ibrahim Al-Ghazi is enough. When it comes to personality and death, you must know their field. That you must know their field. So, that is what I am telling you, the personality. When it comes to personality, associated events, which field he is associated with. And is he a sports person, is he a theatre person, is he an artist, is he a musician? Likewise, you have to understand what kind of field he belongs to. Which field he belongs to is the most important one. So, he belongs to theatre and art form, right? Theatre, art form and theatre. So, regarding that, you focus on the National School of Drama, right? National School of Drama, location of that, because he had served as director over there, and there are several other things which are not required for the prelims, right? About his personality, we need not focus on that. The institutions with which he was associated, he was associated with National School of Drama, that is enough. So, Ibrahim Al-Ghazi, he died. That is why we are studying about him for the current affairs. That is all. Then the next another personality. The next another important personality is Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. The tunnel road was renamed, right, in the name of Udhampur Ramban Tunnel. Udhampur, the 9-kilometer long tunnel, which is the longest tunnel in Jammu and Kashmir, has been renamed in the name of Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. And Shyama Prasad Mukherjee was one of the important political leaders who founded the Bharatiya Jansangh, whose successor was BJP, and in his name the Union Ministry for Road Transport and Highways announced that the Chenani Nashri Tunnel, which was previously called as Chenani Nashri Tunnel, on the NH 44 in Jammu and Kashmir as Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Tunnel. So, this 9-kilometer tunnel connects Udhampur to Ramban in Jammu, and it cuts down it shortens the distance, about 31 kilometers travel distance between these 2 points, which will actually save the fuel cost and time, and so it is important. So, now this is the news relating to Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Focus on that area, that much is enough. And here now comes the tunnel roads in Jammu. So, go for the geographic aspect of Jammu, right? Geographic aspect of Jammu, because we know very well that Jammu and Kashmir is very much in news because of the nullification of Article 370, and so there are several other aspects relating to constitutional aspects relating to Jammu and Kashmir which may be avoided due to obvious reasons. Therefore, the question may be asked from geography with respect to Jammu and Kashmir. So, focus on different geographical aspects of Jammu and the Kashmir Valley, right? Jammu and the Kashmir Valley. Go to the aspects of Himalayan ranges, right? The Himalayan ranges in Jammu and Kashmir, the rivers in Jammu and Kashmir, the road connectivity, more specifically the national highways that pass through Jammu and Kashmir, particularly with respect to this tunnel. NH 44 comes into the picture, and is there any other national highway that is connecting Jammu and Kashmir with other parts, and is there any other national highway which is for passing through the Himachal or Himalayas? Likewise, go through the geographic aspect of it. Similarly, go through the environmental aspects, the flora and fauna, the forest areas, the vegetation, the animals that are found, the types of vegetation that are found in Jammu and Kashmir, the type of forest that is found in Jammu and Kashmir, those aspects as well you have to focus on. I hope you understand what I am telling you. And there is another, because of Jammu and Kashmir being in news for several other reasons. This is important because most of the times, as I had already been telling you, UPSC will want to focus on the non-obvious areas of the current affairs. So, geography of Jammu could be non-obvious, because obviously everyone will be focusing on what is known as the constitutional part of Jammu and Kashmir. Therefore, let us divert and go into the geographic aspect as well. Hope you are able to understand what I am telling you. Please subscribe to this video, to this channel, to continue to watch this, and we shall travel together with the current affairs and crack the exam and come out with flying colors. Wish you all the best, friends. Thank you.